We are live here in Seattle.
That's right. Hello, YouTube. And Facebook is joining us shortly. We are all over these social networks.
That's
Andrew.
right. Anywhere you are, we're there too.
Excellent. So welcome to a behind-the-scenes glimpse of the recording of one of the final episodes of Geared Up of the Year.
Of the year.
Absolutely.
Not ever. Just of the year. You might have worried some people out there for a minute.
Just briefly.
They need us.
I should say, Andrew, I don't know if you know, but this show marks a milestone.
Really?
It has been 1 year since we split off Geared Up into its own show.
Oh.
A technical spin-off of the GeekWire podcast.
All right, so give people some background on this. So we started Geared Up as a segment of GeekWire Radio, right?
That's right, and you would come in periodically and share with John Cook and myself some of your gadget picks, your holiday gadget picks.
Right.
And we were like, God, this is really fun. We should just start doing this as its own show, and thus Geared Up was born.
It was born. And so the question I have is, every time I appear here on Geared Up, am I continuing my reign as the most, because now I'm a host, so
right.
Now I'm not a guest.
Exactly.
Because I had the record for the most guest spots on GeekWire Radio.
I think pretty much.
I don't want to lose that.
You're never going to lose
All right.
it. Oren Etzioni, the AI guru, has been on twice, and I think he's the one who's closest to you.
Okay, so I think I was like 9. All right,
Exactly.
Good.
All right, we have a lot to talk about on this week's show. In just a moment, we're going to start recording the podcast, and then later on we'll take a break, and we will take your questions on YouTube and Facebook Live. This week we're going to be talking about a very tiny new Amazon device, an Alexa device, actually. It's a third-party device that runs Alexa in your car. So I've been trying this out. It's called the Muse, and we'll be talking about it on this week's show, plus T-Mobile's new TV service. And some
very interesting.
Absolutely. Lots of stuff. We're going to do a deep dive in terms of how exactly that's going to work based on what we know. Plus, we're going to be talking about the new Echo Spot.
Yes.
The first reviews are out for the bedside.
We were both excited about this one, so I'm curious what the reviews say because I do not know yet.
Absolutely. So first, though, a big thanks to National Car Rental for sponsoring Geared Up. They're our new title sponsor. And Andrew, you actually do a show for National Car called Technically Speaking.
That's right. Technically Speaking 2.0 is about to start in the new year. And it's basically a show where I show people 3 gadgets. It was a show where I show people 3 gadgets per episode, focusing on different tenets of business travel. And going forward, in Technically Speaking 2.0, we'll focus on 1 gadget per episode. But yes, it's all about finding great technology with the business traveler in mind.
That's great. So you can check out those episodes at youtube.com/nationalcarrent. And, of course, you can check out National Car Rental at nationalcar.com. And be sure to sign up for their Emerald Club, because that's where you get to get off the plane and go straight to your car.
Right. No need to stop at the desk. I hate waiting in lines. That's the worst part of travel.
Absolutely.
Just go to the desk. Skip the desk. Go to the car, get the keys, get out of there.
All right. So, again, check them out at nationalcar.com. And a big thanks to National Car Rental for sponsoring Geared Up. And later on, we're going to have the National Car Story of the Week.
Yes.
So stick around for that. All right. I'm ready whenever you are.
Let's make it happen.
Welcome to Geared Up from GeekWire.com in Seattle. I'm Todd Bishop.
I'm Andrew Edwards.
We have a giant show this week. We're going to be talking about all sorts of gadgets and technology news, including the latest from Amazon, a way to get Alexa into your car that I've been trying out, plus T-Mobile's new TV service.
That's right. Uncarrier, the TV space.
Absolutely. We've got some technical details, some really interesting deep dive on what T-Mobile is going to be doing when they come out with their new TV service to challenge the likes of Comcast, Charter, and others. How's your holiday shopping going, though, Andrew?
It's going crazy. So I literally just hit the first buy on Amazon last night. So I haven't been paying much attention to the dates because some things were too bad, it's not going to come in time. So I really had to reshuffle things. If you haven't done all of your holiday shopping yet, you should know there's 2 things, two of the popular things I've been seeing this year. iPhone 10, obviously, right? Very popular. And AirPods. Well, if you're looking for AirPods, Apple is completely sold out until after the holidays, as are other major retailers like Best Buy. So you may have to hit Craigslist and pay a premium if you're looking for AirPods. On the flip side, the iPhone 10, which has been severely constrained since launch, is now available for delivery within 24 hours of
Wow.
purchase.
Oh, there you go.
So you buy it today, it comes tomorrow. So if you're looking to pick up an iPhone 10, you're currently safe to have one in time for the holidays. But question for you, though. I always find it odd that smartphones appear on, like, holiday shopping lists, recommendation lists.
I agree.
Because
really,
you need a contract.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever purchased a
No.
like me either. I've never bought a smartphone for someone for the holidays.
It's
That's
an
a
odd
weird
choice on a holiday gift list. I agree.
Yeah, it's something that people want, but it's usually you buy that yourself.
Yeah, maybe can you get a gift certificate to the Apple Store?
Yes, you could do that, but just buy. Hey, here's a phone. Enjoy signing up for a. That's just weird.
And oh, it's Android. You like iOS?
Right.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it's
exactly.
It's a very personal product.
Yes.
So it's an odd one to buy for somebody else unless you really know.
I agree.
That they want it,
I
and
agree.
maybe they're in your family.
How's your shopping going?
It's going well. I don't tell my in-laws, but I got them an Echo Show.
Okay.
For the holidays. We're going back to visit them for Christmas, and I'll be doing it. I'm going to set it up. I'm a little worried about whether they're actually going to use it. The main reason I got it was to be able to do very easy voice and video calling with them, just to be able to say, hey, call Grandma Molly,
right?
know, but here's what I figured out. This is actually my wife made this suggestion. I got a bunch of smart plugs to go with it. So I think that's how I'm going to drive Echo adoption in my in-laws' house, because that is sort of the killer feature. You can just say, hey, Alexa, turn on the lights. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be able to report back early next year on exactly how it went. So
I'm excited to hear.
I will say this, though. Ernie, the app that you recommended a while back, so the Echo Show, I bought them at full price.
Okay.
The Echo Show, the price has since dropped to $150 from more than $200.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
just recently.
wow.
It is yet to show up in my Ernie account.
Okay.
EARNY is the product, the app that you recommended, where they track your purchases and then get you the discount. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Ernie to pick up on what's going on.
Here's what I found.
Yes.
It seems to me that what Ernie does is tracks all your purchases, and then when it's nearing the 90-day point, that's when they decide what was the lowest price within the last 90 days. Because the credit cards only give you price protection one time.
Okay.
So if it drops the next day and you claim it, and then 2 months later it goes down again, it's like, too bad, you already claimed it. So they actually go 90 days. Okay, what was the lowest price within this time period, and claim that for
Because when you first started using it, though, like, it racked up how many hundreds of thousands of dollars of savings?
The first week that I used it, but again, it was all my oldest purchases.
Oh, I see.
The first week I used it, it got me roughly $125. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, it was like a month from then. So I got another bulk. So that's why I figured, they're doing it on a monthly basis. And it found me another roughly $80. So over about $205 in the past 2 months in refunds that I otherwise would never have thought to even claim. I didn't even know you could do that.
All right, well, good luck with the rest of your holiday shopping. Let's dive in with this week's news.
Here we go.
Starting with T-Mobile TV.
It's the big one.
This was a fascinating announcement. I've been spending a lot of time. I listened to the entire analyst conference call with the T-Mobile executives to understand exactly what's going on here. One of my big questions, and by the way, this was T-Mobile's news. They're going to be launching their own TV service in 2018. And when somebody announces that, I was thinking, it's going to be another one of these over-the-top.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Basically, like, it's just going to be on somebody else's internet service. You're going to use your Comcast to get to T-Mobile.
What I figured was, and I'm assuming I'm wrong here, but my thought was, because I've been so busy I didn't get to dig into it. Okay, T-Mobile's launching a service. They're going to send you a TV box, but it's going to be streaming from T-Mobile. So you don't need to have internet service. It'll stream from their 5G or whatever, and that's how you're going to get it.
You're very smart, Andrew.
Oh, really?
So that really is one of the options. So that is the main avenue that they're going to use from what they're saying. They're really betting on 5G, the next generation of wireless cellular service. And T-Mobile won a big spectrum auction earlier this year, and in part they're going to be using some of that spectrum to do it. It will also work as an app on Apple TV, for example, or Roku. It'll be available that way. But the main thing that T-Mobile is betting on is that they're going to be able to sidestep your traditional internet provider that might be used as the avenue for over-the-top kind of services in the past, and they're going to be able to provide wireless connectivity to your home, specifically for your TV. And now, I know a lot of folks out there, especially those with T-Mobile service right now, might say, really? But they promise that, starting in 2019 and then fully in terms of a national rollout in 2020, the 5G service is something that's going to support this type of functionality.
Oh, yeah. And 5G, if you don't know, like, there was a jump from 3G to 4G. Well, there was 2G, 3G, 3G, 4G, and each jump roughly was about a decade in between. So we're about 2 years away from the decade of the launch of 4G. And 5G really is a huge step forward to the point where it is quite feasible that you can say, I don't want Comcast anymore, and you can buy a Verizon or T-Mobile or AT&T, something you plug into your power at your house, and it receives a signal and rebroadcasts it into your home, and will be just as fast, if not faster. So even before 5G's launching, we're going to see gigabit LTE, which is 1,000 megabits up, 1,000 megabits down, which is crazy. Like, that's what you can't even get that from Comcast today. So,
although they are starting to roll it out.
Yes, but it's 1,000 down, and I think it's 35 up. So it's not even the
it's
same
not symmetrical.
Speed. Right, it's not symmetrical. So there's a big shift coming where data is going to get a lot cheaper for the wireless carriers, and therefore a lot cheaper for us, and more ubiquitous. Pretty much everywhere you go, you're not going to have to worry about, how much data have I used? Am I going to get over? It's just going to be, here's your data, and you pay us a monthly fee, and that's it. Which also goes back to those always connected PCs we talked about last time, which is where you just turn your PC on and you're connected no matter where you are. So, okay, so you're saying T-Mobile is going to take advantage of that to leverage their TV service and also allow you to access it through your own traditional internet service as well. So how are they changing, aside from the 5G, how are they changing the industry, though? Because it does still sound like at this point in the conversation, a Sling TV or Directv Now or any of those other, pay-per-month streaming services.
Two primary ways that the executives are citing. First off, to enable this, they're acquiring a company called Layer 3.
Okay.
It's a company out of Denver that is founded by some cable industry veterans of big tech companies. And Layer 3 has come out with its own interactive TV service. So whereas today all of your social streams are happening on your phone as you're watching TV, the Layer 3 service essentially integrates that into the experience as you're watching. Not something like where the TV show itself puts Facebook up there, but where you're actually getting the Facebook or the Twitter feed about the show you're watching next to the show that you're watching on the big screen display. So one of the main things that T-Mobile talked about is one of the reasons that millennials in particular are watching so much content on their phones is that the social experience is native to those phones as well. So they aren't having to do a second screen. So that is number one, their big pitch in terms of how that's going to work. The other big thing that John Ledger, the T-Mobile CEO, is pointing to is they're going to try and disrupt the pricing and packaging model of cable TV in much the same way that they've done with wireless.
And that's their big thing. That's his big claim to fame, is that he has shook up the wireless industry. And so he's basically looking to take on Comcast, take on Time Warner.
Exactly. And here's my theory on all this. T-Mobile and Sprint were in acquisition discussions, merger discussions. Those fell apart. So John Ledger essentially needs to figure out, okay, where do we take this company into the next frontier? And rather than just trying to keep climbing the ranks in the wireless industry, he's expanded the field. And he is very clearly taking on Comcast, Charter, Cox, all of these companies, which he calls the number one most hated industry in the world.
Which is true, or at least in the United States.
Yes.
Like Comcast almost every year is the number one most hated company in the United States. So it is true. This is interesting. So for those who don't know, AT&T owns DirecTV now.
That's right.
Right? Does Verizon own any sort of media?
Well, I know
company?
Verizon offers, TV services as well.
Oh, they do. Yeah, okay. So but they don't own. Well,
not like one of the big cable providers or satellite TV providers.
But they are a provider in, like, if you have Verizon Fios. If you live in a Verizon Fios area, you can buy TV from them. So Sprint's left out here. They have nothing. But this is very interesting. How all of them offer something, because T-Mobile's recent thing was, if you were subscribed with us, we'll give you Netflix for free. but they don't own Netflix. They're just kind of
They're basically paying for Netflix on
Exactly.
your behalf.
For
and
you.
Yeah, it's clearly, it was not a huge partnership between Netflix and T-Mobile. T-Mobile's basically become a bulk customer of Netflix
exactly.
in a lot of ways.
Exactly.
But T-Mobile has an advantage in a lot of different ways that you might not expect. They've got 16,000 retail stores out there. They've got 71 million customers. You know, by comparison, Comcast had around 21 million residential customers in the U.S. So T-Mobile has actually
Really?
T-Mobile has actually got a big footprint here.
What?
Well, think about the reach of smartphones
Right.
versus
That's
cable.
very interesting.
Yeah, so you know, they're in an interesting spot. And you know, they ship 40 million smartphones a year, they say. So essentially, T-Mobile is in a place where they could kind of do an end around here if it's a good service and if it's reasonably priced.
Right.
That is one open question that we have here.
Yes.
What's it going to cost? We do know that.
What's it going to cost if you're a T-Mobile customer, and what's it going to cost if you're not a T-Mobile wireless customer? Because I would assume for them, for it to be a success, they have to not care. If you have Verizon,
Right.
you can still use our TV service.
Right. Well, it'll be an interesting dilemma because does T-Mobile want to do the same types of bundles that the cable industry, you know, between
True.
wireless and TV, the same bundles that they're criticizing now.
Yeah.
We know that the Layer 3 TV service starts at about $75 a month for 150
Too much.
channels.
Too
So,
much.
Yeah, so there is an opportunity here for them to disrupt the Layer 3 pricing as well. T-Mobile's not yet saying how much they're going to charge.
Right.
But very interesting moves here. And frankly, one of the
Absolutely.
most interesting companies in wireless just became one of the most interesting companies in tech
Yeah.
because of this move.
Yeah, I didn't even know the comparison of the subscriber numbers with Comcast, but if 1 out of 4 T-Mobile customers decides to sign up, they will basically rival Comcast in numbers, which is insane.
Yep.
One other thing I saw about Layer 3 real quick, all their channels are in HD, and they're also making a push for 4K. No other cable company right now, maybe one of the satellites does, offers 4K streaming TV. So that would be another differentiator if they pull that off.
All right, good deal. So that is T-Mobile's new TV service, a deep dive on how it could work, will work. That's coming in 2018, but again, the real benefit there is going to come when they launch their 5G service, which they say nationally could happen in 2020. You never know where that's going to go.
Yeah.
But
I think everybody's targeting 2020, not just them. I think that's supposed to be the time. So this is very exciting. This is exciting times to live in right now.
Awesome. All right, we're going to take a break on Geared Up. We'll be right back after this. All right, Facebook, YouTube, what you got for us?
What do we got? Hi, Andrew. An iPhone 10 for me this Christmas would be the best gift. Well, I hope you get one. Galaxy Note 8, yes, another fantastic device. And hi to everybody. No real questions, other just mostly comments. People saying what's up, people saying hello, hi.
Who's going to try the T-Mobile TV service out there?
Are you interested in the T-Mobile TV service? Let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Curious to know if you'd use that. I think, I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I don't want to, I want more options. Like, the problem is most people in the country only have one option.
That's absolutely right.
And especially for internet, yeah.
And so, to me, the point at which this became a serious and interesting story was when they said, okay, basically, broadband is becoming mobile broadband. You know, that connection, and they're one of the biggest providers of mobile broadband. So at that point, it gets to the point.
Yeah.
If it was just another over-the-top, over-the-cable,
then it wouldn't matter.
No.
Then this is cool. This is
All
cool.
right.
I like it. Okay.
Okay, so next up we're going to talk about Muse.
Muse,
right?
and then yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Ready. Welcome back. It's Todd Bishop and Andrew Edwards. You're listening to Geared Up. Got a big show. We just got done talking about T-Mobile's new TV service, some of the nitty-gritty there. I want to go hands-on now, though, with a device that I've been testing out in my car, Andrew.
So you have been going hands-on?
Oh, absolutely. I've been trying this thing out for the last 5 days. It's called the Muse.
5 days. All right.
It is Alexa in your car.
Okay, so you've talked about this before. You were excited about getting it in,
and I actually got it. And I've been using a pre-release version of the app from the developers.
Okay.
So I've been trying it before anybody has it. I've got it here in my hand. It's about the size of, about the diameter of maybe 2 quarters.
$50.
Yeah, $50, exactly. That's just about right.
Whoever knows now I'm old.
Exactly.
$50.
So speaking of old, my car is a 2007 Toyota Camry. So
Okay.
none of this fancy stuff like in your car,
Bluetooth.
Andrew. It's got Bluetooth and it's got a auxiliary port
Okay.
to get audio. So the cool thing about the Muse is it supports any one of those scenarios. So here's the remainder of the chords. So what you end up doing is you get the Muse app.
Okay.
And you connect it to the device. And so you essentially connect your phone to the Muse via the app and through the Bluetooth on your phone. Then you have the Muse right here attached to the dashboard, as you can see. And what you then do is you can connect the Muse to the car via Bluetooth, USB, or for people like me who have older cars, a 10-year-old car, I just basically connected this through the auxiliary port.
Okay, so you have multiple options for connecting. That's
Exactly.
good.
So connecting the Muse to the car.
Yes.
And then essentially what you do is you turn it on and it is hands-free.
So it's listening at all times.
Yes. So you say Alexa and it turns on.
Wow.
Here's the thing though. It is not as immediate as it is when you have an Echo device in your house.
So how do you know it's ready?
So you say Alexa and then a little blue light pops up on here. Right now it's a couple beats as you say Alexa, boom, boom, and it goes blue light and a little sound, and so you know it's listening.
Okay.
You also see, at least in my car, on the display, you can see that it's basically listening on the radio display.
Okay.
And then you do it. I found, at least in the pre-release version I've been testing, you have to speak up a little bit. You can either use the microphone on your phone or the microphone in the Muse.
Yep.
If you use the microphone in the Muse, you do have to speak up just a little bit. But it works perfectly for things like Jeopardy. So here's my weekend. Here's my weekend.
Jeopardy. Hold on. You're in the car.
Yes.
Alexa,
let's
Jeopardy. Play some Jeopardy.
Let's play some Jeopardy.
I'm bored.
Alex Trebek pops up on the car speakers. Oh, you know the whole trick with Alexa and Jeopardy.
I thought Alexa's voice was reading this. I didn't know Alex Trebek came up.
No. So initially, when you launch Jeopardy on the Echo, it's Johnny Gilbert comes up and says, "This is Jeopardy," and then Alex says, "Thanks, Johnny. Let's catch you up on your," and then it's Alexa's voice after that.
Got it. Wow.
So I was able to catch up on like a week's worth of Jeopardy just doing errands in my car. So it was awesome. Here's the other cool thing. The sound sounds fantastic. I would bet the sound, for example, the music that comes through your speakers, because that's the best part of it.
Because it's streaming from your phone, right?
Streaming from your phone to the Muse into the auxiliary. And you would think through all of those connections, the cellular connection to the phone, to the Bluetooth, and then this thing into the aux port into the car. There's a lot of chance there for some degradation of the sound quality. It sounds beautiful. So I'm able to sit there and listen to all the songs that I would. Basically, anything that your Alexa can do.
Give me some examples of some commands you gave it. I want to, because the problem that I've had with Alexa in general is I see them demoed in like a promo video.
Yeah.
I buy it because I'm excited. I set it up. I forget about it, and then I notice it, and I'm like, oh, let me ask it something. Well, just because it's like, it's never just a natural, unless it's like turn the lights off or on or something like that. So I'm curious, like when you're in the car and you're not like in the middle of 100 things because you're driving, what occurs to you to ask it?
Music is a big one. So I will often ask for Alexa, play top pop, and then it's the top pop station.
Yep.
You can add things to your shopping list. Alexa, add something to my list.
Right.
Those are the two biggies, and then I love playing Jeopardy. So Alexa, play Jeopardy.
Right.
But it's essentially anything you could do.
Anything. So any of the other like Jeopardy like games, everything happens through here. That's kind of amazing.
That's
not cool.
Again, it's not as fast as a regular Echo. Now, and again, I am using a pre-release version of the app through Test Flight on the iPhone. So in that way, I'm hoping it'll get a little bit more responsive. And also, I do have to yell a little bit. So, like you're Alexa, it's kind of like that volume.
So people look at you and like, why is this guy talking to himself
yelling
so loud? What's going on?
I think there's enough folks out there talking and muttering to themselves in their cars.
That's interesting.
Doesn't get noticed.
One thing, because I have CarPlay in my car, which ties Siri into the car interface, but Apple limits some of the things Siri can do, I'm assuming in the name of safety, driver safety.
Yeah.
So, I can ask it to do home automation stuff like I'm on the way home, turn the lights on, things like that. Directions, I need gas, I need food, all that. But if I were to say, Siri, how much does a blue whale weigh? It'll say, sorry, I can't answer that in the car.
Really, it's just too complicated. Cognitively, you just can't take that load or something?
No, I think it's just more like, hey, now you're veering off of like driving related things. So I was curious if this.
I haven't run into that yet.
Okay.
But you make a good point. I actually would like to try turning the lights on and off from from the car into the house, because we've got that set up, and I really freaked my wife and daughter out the other day because they didn't recognize what was going on. I was able to turn the Christmas tree lights on and off.
Oh, nice.
So
how much is this guy? $50?
$50. Yep.
Not bad.
So it was available on Indiegogo.
Okay.
We'll link to it from the show notes.
So it's not available for like mass purchase today.
I need to look at that.
Especially if you're using a pre-release app.
Yeah, I'm checking in with the developer to find out exactly what the availability is going to be. But the folks who ordered it on Indiegogo, they sent out a note saying it'll be here in December, and it may not be here before Christmas.
Okay.
But they are getting it out now. So that's the Muse. I like
for
it.
$50.
Yep.
You recommend this?
Absolutely.
And if it was available today to buy as a gift, this is something you'd recommend?
Definitely. It's essentially replacing what a lot of people already do with their Echo Dot.
Yes.
So, but it's a much more seamless package. It links nicely to your smartphone.
In the car. I mean, a lot of people spend a lot of time in the car.
Absolutely. And I had a nice surprise on it as well. So I was listening to NPR One on my iPhone in my headphones. I got into the car and I just took my headphones out and set my phone down.
Okay.
The Bluetooth streaming from the phone to the aux to the speakers worked.
What the heck?
I don't know if they meant that to happen.
Wow.
But it actually worked, and that's a nice little trick.
That's cool, yeah.
So, which on an older car, again, this is more about retrofitting older cars.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can do voice commands and all sorts of things with Siri and CarPlay
Android
and all that
Auto,
stuff.
Yeah. If you have a newer car, you probably won't need this unless you're super invested in the Alexa ecosystem. But I mean, even something like Jeopardy, just using that as an example, for people that have long commutes, that's actually something that they might even if they have a car that has CarPlay, this is a fun way to pass the time. So kudos to them.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. So with that, it is time for our national car rental story.
It's the story of the week. All right.
That's
what do we got? What are we talking about?
So we, again, big thanks to National Car Rental. Big shout out to them for sponsoring Geared Up. You can check out, technically speaking, the show that Andru does at youtube.com/nationalcarrent.
That's right.
Plus, check them out at nationalcar.com. Again, a big thanks to them for sponsoring Geared Up. Okay, so this week's National Car Rental story of the week.
Oh, this is it right here. We've been waiting for this guy.
The Echo
we're
Spot.
still waiting.
We're still waiting.
You and I are still waiting, but the reviews are in.
Yep.
And people are weighing in on if the Amazon Alexa Spot is the next hot device.
Absolutely. So let's clarify this because I know the language is hard to follow.
Okay.
We've got the Echo Spot here. It's a $130 device.
Okay.
This is the second touchscreen Echo. It looks like a bedside clock. And that really is how it operates. It's almost like a smart clock next to your bed. In fact, the default face is a clock.
Watch face.
That you get to pick. All right. So the reviews came out today. And guess what? For the most part, people like it.
For the most part. You know what? That one sentence that you just said there seems to define Amazon, every Amazon product that gets released. Hey, it's out, and for the most part, people think it's fine. They're not blowing you away with the latest, greatest tech packed into this thing, but it does the job and it's pretty inexpensive.
That's right. So it's a 2.5-inch touchscreen.
Okay.
And it is essentially a way to have even video calling next to your bed. And that's
nice.
That is one place where some of the reviewers were like, for such a small device, it's not the greatest for video calling. And in fact, one of the reviewers was saying, they could have maybe cut the price, gotten rid of the video calling, and made this work.
I think so. Here's my personal opinion on this. It's not so much a bedside device as it is a desk device.
I agree with you.
If I'm at work, or if I'm if I'm editing a video or whatever and someone wants to call me and I have that there, that's a great place for a video call because I don't have to take my hands off the keyboard and we can still have a chat. that's where I think it excels for video. Most people don't want to have video calls in their bedroom anyway.
Right.
Let's just say that. No one's just, hey, I'm sleeping and someone's calling me on video.
Yeah,
No.
and there's also the issue of privacy and the concerns, first, that Alexa is listening to you.
Yes.
And second, that Amazon has a camera. I'm sitting here with a sticker over my own camera on my laptop.
Now, you have that on there. Why is that? Why do you have that on there?
Mark Zuckerberg does it,
Like
so
a legitimate,
you
have a legitimate reason. Like you have a legitimate.
I'd rather
it's not to be funny. You actually.
If my Mac is hacked for some reason, I just in case.
Right.
You never know.
It's something to be smart about.
Yeah,
right?
you don't.
I don't have one. But my Mac, since I use my desktop, almost 90% of the time, my Mac is usually just closed. But I don't have one on my desktop. Maybe it's something to consider.
So CNET in particular was a little bit mixed on the device. One of the key problems with both this and the Echo Show is that YouTube currently is no longer available on these devices. It was on, off, then on, then off again. So
on, off, on, and now off again. Yeah. I mean, but it seems like. Did you hear why that happened?
It's because
seems like it's Amazon's fault.
Well, Amazon isn't offering the Google products on Amazon.com, but Amazon initially, at least, also didn't comply with the strict terms of service that Google has through YouTube for people who
that was the first one. But the second one is like, hey, you don't sell our products to your customers. Why should we give ours? Why?
Yeah.
It's not a two-way street here.
Exactly.
So when I read that, I was like, you know what? That's a great point. Amazon trying to play hardball with everybody.
It is also a very small screen for watching videos. I don't know if you recall from the Amazon presentation,
yes.
but they kind of zero in on the center of whatever video you're watching. It's not the kind of thing you're going to sit there and watch a TV screen.
It's the kind of video watching experience where you're watching stuff that doesn't really require you to look at it, like a stand-up monologue in the evening, like Jimmy Fallon or something.
Right.
You don't have to look at Jimmy Fallon. You can just hear what he's saying and kind of glance. It's more for that. It's not for watching. You're not going to watch a movie on this thing by any chance. What were some of the more positive comments that people had to say?
People love the design. One of the things that they said is it's the cutest device that Amazon has ever created.
Okay.
And that was one wrap on the Echo Show. It looked kind of like a big clunky, it's almost like a little toaster on your
or like
screen.
A miniaturized old school TV.
Yeah, or even it almost looked like one of those little security boxes that you might use for an antiquated home security system,
yes,
or
yes.
or even a current home security system.
They're all terrible.
Yeah, exactly. So the Echo Show itself is not the greatest design, although frankly it's so functional. I mean, we love our Echo Show. So the design is something they liked. The setup, very easy, and in fact the display versions of the Echoes it's even easier to set up because you're not just using your voice. You can actually type the Wi-Fi password on the screen versus having to figure it out through your device, through your smartphone. So overall just a really interesting and well-designed device from what the reviews are saying.
Where does it put your excitement level about this?
Well, here's the issue. As some of the reviewers pointed out, and as we talked about earlier, Amazon has just recently dropped the price of the larger screen Echo Show to $150.
So that's a permanent price drop? That's not a holiday?
It may be a promotion, I'm not sure.
Okay, but even $30 difference?
But, well, actually a $20 difference. So the Echo Spot is $130. The Echo Show is $150. So at that point, really, the only real advantage you're getting is the smaller footprint. Because
so
the
that's
Echo
only
Show,
if you don't have space. I mean, why would you buy it if it's just I don't have the space for this big thing?
The alarm clock feature or the clock face feature is nice, but again,
on the show
you have a clock.
There's a clock right there, always on the screen.
It's not an analog version,
but it's even better. It's digital.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting. So now for me, the bigger device is the better device. You were paying less for the smaller device because it's not as functional, but it's cheaper. But it was vastly cheaper, and now that's gone. So, if you could get a Kindle Paperwhite for $99 and the Kindle Oasis for $119, you're probably going to get the Oasis, right? That's why the Oasis is $250.
Yeah, exactly. So there are two other products from Amazon that were released or unveiled at part of that product unveiling we went to that are actually coming out this week as well. I don't know if you know
really?
this.
No, I did not.
So there's one that I know you're excited about. The buttons.
The buttons.
The buttons are coming out on Tuesday.
Okay.
Ours will get here on Tuesday.
So are the buttons are compatible with any Echo, or is it
I believe
only
so.
the new?
No,
Okay.
I believe it's.
Okay.
I mean, all this stuff. I mean, you can go back to the first generation
All
Echo.
right,
and
good,
you can-
good,
you can
good.
Be good. And then there's another one that I know you're excited about.
I don't remember what it was.
The phone call. The
Oh,
phone, yeah,
yes.
explain this product to me because I
Yes.
don't understand.
Claire, what's this product called again?
The Echo Connect.
Echo Connect.
Yes.
So it's not so much an excitement as it is. It's a very practical thing that most people, I think, in this day and age, kind of overlook. The Echo Connect requires an Echo device, so you have to have an Echo Dot or any Echo device, and it becomes a home phone. So it can plug into your copper, the old school home phone jack, and it allows you to make phone calls to landlines, to cell phones, to emergency, and from your house,
from your Echo.
from your Echo. And since if you have multiple Echoes, since they all talk to each other, you only need one of these in one area of your house, and you can have an Echo in the other area and say, "Hey, Alexa, call mom." And it's not going to call your mom on her Echo device. It can actually call her cell phone. But the reason I like it is because as someone who's a parent, right, my son does not have a cell phone yet, but I still have a landline at home, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people just use their cell phones. I want my kids to be able to call the police if something goes down. Like let's just say I faint or something. Faint? When's the last time someone fainted? If I'm knocked out for some reason, that's more hardcore. And my phone is locked with Face ID. My son's not going to be able to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he can say, "Hey, Alexa, call 911." I think it's important for emergency services to always have that backup. And this device is $35.
That's right.
And there is no monthly fee.
Yep.
So $35 one-time fee. Cancel your home phone service if you have it. No need to have that anymore. No need to have Vonage or anything else. Buy this one-time fee, have an Echo device, and there's your home phone.
Yeah,
I like that.
So that's the Echo Connect. It comes out actually today, I believe.
I need to buy that.
Yeah, or it looks like it's tomorrow. And $35, and also again the Echo buttons. I might do a special live stream on our Facebook when I get that in tomorrow.
Let me know if that happens.
Okay, excellent. All right, and once again, the Echo Spot for $130,
That's right.
and that is our national car rental story of the week.
Now the thing you need to know about this though, $130, cool device, great gift, but it will not arrive. Even if you order it today, it will not arrive in time for Christmas.
Yes.
So, do we know when the current? Is it like mid-January or something?
Let's see. I'll try placing it in my.
Amazon was having an issue keeping this guy in stock.
So the Echo Spot.
If you order it today, he's going through the checkout process
That's
right
right.
now.
I know this is gripping radio
Riveting.
as
But
I
we
go
need
into
to
my
let the people know. January 2nd.
January 2nd.
January 2nd. So not too far out, but
That
if
might
you were
be
hoping to have
sooner than the one that I ordered
it
a week
was.
ago.
It was sooner because it seemed like it was
Maybe
like
that means I'm going to
mid-January.
be getting my Echo Spot tomorrow. I wonder if Amazon
I
might
hope
be
so.
surprising us a
Yeah,
little bit.
Apple does that a lot.
Yeah.
They'll say, "Oh, you ordered an iPhone, it'll be there in 6 to 8 weeks," but it really comes in like 10 days.
Yeah.
Just under promise, over deliver.
Yep.
That's what's
Absolutely. All right. That is it for Geared Up this week. Any
Yes.
other last minute holiday gift thoughts here before we wrap up, Andrew?
No, other than go hurry up and buy them like ASAP. Christmas is on a Monday, right? Which is weird because the Saturday and Sunday right before, you may not be getting deliveries those days. So it's really Friday where you need to get your delivery in by. So it's a little weird this year.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, I'm Todd Bishop.
I'm Andrew Edwards.
Thanks for listening to Geared Up.
What are people saying over here? All right. Let's see. I have to see T-Mobile prices first. They want to know the prices. He'll try it, but he wants to know what it will cost. What do you think T-Mobile prices will be? What do you think, Todd?
Look, it did. It cut off. So when you cut that off, I know, but YouTube's still on. Okay.
YouTube's still here.
Yeah.
Let's talk later.
What do you think of pricing?
The pricing?
What is your prediction? Or what do you think it needs to be? In order to
$50.
be competitive?
50 bucks
bucks.
a month.
$50 a month,
Yeah.
and you'll be on board?
Yeah.
Will you be on board? I'd do 50. Your thoughts on Disney Fox changing the entertainment landscape?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Me? Okay. We were talking about this when I came in. So I'm not the best at knowing all the franchises and how they all fit together. But I do know a lot of people are excited about the possibility of the X-Men being folded back into the whole Marvel universe. for me, the first thing I thought of was what happens to Universal Studios. I don't know if you've been there before, but in Universal Studios, it's all about like Spider-Man and Captain America and The Simpsons, and pretty much every Fox franchise you can think of is at Universal Studios, and they compete directly with Disneyland, Disney World, right down the street on both coasts. And so now Disney's going to be able to put all of these characters that they now own, which are in the competing park, into their own parks. So now why would you need to go to the other one? You can go to Disney and get both experiences. And I also wonder if there's some sort of expiration date for Universal where every character that they bank on for their park may be departing. What are they going to do? That's what I'm more curious about. What about you? What do you think about this deal?
I have no idea.
You don't care?
I do care. I'm curious about your thoughts.
Well, those were my thoughts right there.
There you go.
I want to see if it's better than YouTube, TV, PS View, and other TV services talking about
T-Mobile.
the T-Mobile thing. So those are all traditional, over-the-top, like 2-year-old over-the-top networks. Do either of you think Amazon will try to make another phone? And someone said, nice hat, Andrew. Thank you very much. Will they make another phone? I almost feel like the answer is no.
I think they've moved on. I think Alexa was originally intended to go on the Fire
Yes,
phone.
that's
That's my theory. And because that obviously didn't work out, in other words, like a later version, they would have added it as a software update as their Siri on the phone, essentially. They went with the Echo, and I think...
And that's their Alexa Play now, is the Echo devices.
I wish Amazon would come out with their own phone that was just basic, almost like the T-Mobile Revel approach, where it's just cheap, a very easy way for Amazon Prime customers to get their own phone that's tied into Amazon services. I wish that's what they would have done. And I bet you we would be sitting here talking about Amazon's dominant Fire phone if that's the way they had gone.
Well, we have seen companies like HTC put out pretty inexpensive phones with Alexa built in. We've seen that. And also what Amazon does now is they sell phones from third-party manufacturers with the
Prime phones.
With the Prime phones, where the screensaver on the phone is similar to the Kindle devices where it's actually an ad, and it's a rotating ad. But that's not them making their own phone.
I think there's a big difference if you go to a party and you go, oh, you got the new Amazon phone. What's that like? Not like, oh, you got the new HTC or the one of the off-brand Android phones. I mean, not that they're off-brand, but
true.
They're not Galaxy phones, and I think you need the Amazon brand to really elevate that.
I agree. I think the time for them to release a phone is come and gone.
Yeah,
and I think they're looking towards the future. AI, maybe some VR, some AR stuff. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What else? Anything else?
That's it. That was
all right.
it.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Happy
Thanks for
holidays.
watching.